Hello, Happy New Year, everyone. I got some new inspiration for the new year and some new books to me and a new book out. And so let's go ahead and take a look.
This book is Color and Light by James Gurney.
I know this book's been out for a while, but it's new to me, and I'm surprised since I have a lot of color books and a lot of light books from my photography days. But this is just beautifully printed, absolutely gorgeous. And the reason that I picked up this one, even though having so many kind of color books per se, I really enjoyed the way that he tells you to look at the different types of light, like overcast light or direct sunlight, and how to kind of take that into your painting or remove it from your painting. I mean, make up fake light. So I really quite enjoy how he goes into creating this. And there is so much inspiration on each and every page. And he also shows you how to lay out palettes and do different type of gradations and charting your pigments so that you can understand your whole color theory and how to mix the proper colors. He goes through light fastness, and which is quite important if you want to sell your work, and what that means according to the pigments and so forth, which we go into a lot on this channel. I'm a little bit of a pigment geek, a little bit of a color freak. Absolutely beautiful. I love that he gives you so many examples.
Sometimes our brains go dead, or I feel sometimes my brain goes dead and I don't know what to draw, what to do. But absolutely beautiful book, and I'm really looking forward to this one. Reading it thoroughly. Urban Sketching by Gabrielle Campanaro. Nario. Hopefully I'm saying, I know I'm butchering names. See if we can. This one. And this one I picked up at Blix recently, and I thought it was really intriguing. It actually goes through the whole idea of urban sketching and sketching the things around you, and that it doesn't have to be beautiful or perfect the way that you sketch it. You can just put down your ideas, kind of more like a journaling or a history of where you've been and what you've seen. And I find that fantastic, especially for people who want to get new into art or expressing themselves, that not every picture needs to be perfect or beautiful. And they go through all these different areas and they pick artists in each different area and give you a little thing on their type of sketching, their little bit of bio there. Some of them have pictures of what their sketching kit looks like. You usually see a picture of them sketching, their different artworks. So you get a ton of different type of ideas, sketching techniques, different ways of doing things. A lot of them not being finished, because you don't need to sit there and finish every single little sketch that you're doing, and that anybody can get out there and do it. I think the whole word urban sketching is just getting out there and doing it. And I love the way that they go ahead and put the artist with their work. get to see the colors that they use. These pictures are nice and close up. This book is chunky. It is really, really thick. Heavy duty. So anyone that just wants to get into sketching, and get some inspiration. You can see how loose some people are, how tight some people like to sketch. Urban sketching is all about doing it your way, with whatever you want to do. Any kind of mixed media, paints. Really a thick book. Lots of ideas in this one. I'm looking forward to looking at each and every page there. And then another really nice, chunky, thick book is, this is Illustrators Sketchbooks by Martin Salisbury. These are artists and their sketchbooks, maybe not out urban sketching, but in their studio or wherever they might be, and it gives you a close look at their pages. So it gives you the name of the artist on the one side, and then it shows a couple of pages from their sketchbooks and how they get their ideas down, and write all their notes. So it's very much, for a lot of artists, a lot like kind of a journal, putting everything together. And I think from a book like this, being able to see some artists about what they're thinking and what they're doing in their sketchbook is a perfect way to accumulate some new ideas in the new year. And it's so nice. You can see all their brush strokes and their pen marks and how they go through their thinking process from one to more of a finished product to maybe a finished piece. And this is an extremely chunky book as well. Very, very thick. I'll make sure I have all the names in the description. And this I'm also doing several pages at a time. It's really interesting to see into somebody else's sketchbook. And this book's supposed to be on famous and new and upcoming artists. Just beautiful, beautiful. The paper quality is extremely good in this book. Just looking at some of these makes me want to get out a brush and just try something new. It's amazing where people's ideas come from, or that one picture might trigger another idea, that might trigger another idea, and all of a sudden you're at a really interesting place. The Beginner's Guide to Urban Sketching by Dawson. Tara also has a YouTube channel, which is actually how I new about this book. She has Tara's Sketchy Adventures is her YouTube channel. I'll put a link in the description. And this is if you're new to sketching or urban sketching, and she goes through everything from the tools that you need to paints to getting starting with some fundamentals, how to basically get out there and see perspective. This is definitely more of a how-to book than the other ones. The other ones are more for ideas. Well, the Color and Light one, that obviously by James Gurney, is a how-to or how to see light and color. But she goes through how you can mix colors and what to see around you. She takes you step by step from one to the next so that you can see the process. And especially if you're just getting started, or even if you've been doing it a while, it's always good to see somebody else's insights. Lots on perspective, especially if you're going to do buildings. Texture, how to get texture out of paint. Little shop fronts. I think this book is great if you want to get into sketchbooking, sketchbook journaling, journaling in general, want to document where you've been, urban sketching. So I truly believe that art is for everyone. And you don't need to be perfect in all your little drawings. You can just do it to document yourself and your things. Show it to everyone or show it to no one. Nice little book, sturdy, lots of pages. The pages are thin, but they're beautifully printed on some really nice high gloss paper. So this was by Tara Dawson, The Beginner's Guide to Urban Sketching. Then we had the Illustrators sketchbooks, which is all the artists and new artists pages from their sketchbook. And then we had Urban Sketching with Around the World, so they show all the different artists from around the world and some of their sketches. And then we have a classic of James Gurney, Color and Light. So I think this is going to give me some great inspiration for the new year, and maybe one of those will give you inspiration in the new year. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.